Hey there, Scott Wilkinson here at CEDIA Expo 2013. I'm talking with Jim Burns of Display Development, and Jim, you've got some interesting developments here at the show.
Right, yeah, good name, huh?
Yeah, excellent. Right. Perfect.
As you know, we take industrial displays for the most part, and we remanufacture projectors. Well, displays, flat screens.
Oh, you do flat screens as well?
Flat screens, micro tiles, direct emission LED, and projectors. So,
all right.
Certainly our focus the last few years has been projectors, but we have really put the display in display development with all these other technologies.
Okay.
And our focus is 100% custom install, as you know. Not a single display that we have, especially the projectors, are sitting completely assembled or ready to go in a box.
Right.
They are all truly custom for that individual home and for the individual application at home, because we do multiple displays in homes.
Right.
So our dealers call us up and they say, we have a client that has a room that is so big by so big. They would like an image that's roughly this size, and they'll tell us if a multi-purpose family room, a bedroom, a pool area, or even sometimes it's even still a cinema, and we would like a display this size. What do you suggest? And sometimes we have a budget to work into. Sometimes we don't, and it's nice when we don't, because we can really just feature on fulfilling the customer's expectations.
Right.
Right, and that's really the right way to do it. And when we do it that way, a lot of times we actually end up coming in underneath their
expectations, huh?
Expected budget. Right?
Yeah. Not their expectations of performance,
right?
But their expected budget, right? That's what I meant.
Yeah. So it's really a unique way of doing it. I mean, we're really trying to put the custom back in CEDIA.
Into CEDIA, right? Okay.
Right. Instead of focusing on moving boxes.
Right. Now at the show, one of your big announcements is that you've partnered recently with Christie.
Correct.
And Christie is well known as a digital cinema projector. They make projectors for commercial movie houses, and you're now bringing that technology and those products into the home.
Right. There's been a couple advances with Christie where they're maybe even a year ahead of the competition in some areas, if not two. We'll have a little announcement, a little teaser about laser projectors. We can talk about maybe at CES,
okay,
where they're going to be ahead of everyone else. But primarily with 4K. Up until now, it has taken two digital cinema projectors to get you 4K. One for the left eye, one for the right eye.
In 3D.
I'm sorry, 3D.
Yeah.
So what they have done is they've built their own front end to the DLP processing, and it's currently shipping in 60 hertz. It'll also be able to do 120 hertz and higher.
Wow.
Which is way ahead of everyone else.
No kidding. I mean, there's no content to speak of except for some demo clips and so on at 120 hertz.
Well, sure. Right. The main reason for 4K at this point in time is bigger, brighter, and closer viewing distances.
Right.
So we use it. It's a tool we use sparingly. Some consumers do ask for it. A lot of times after they talk to us, though, they end up with 2K. I mean, 2K is really the right solution for most instances at this point in time. And plus, the 2K machines are upgradable to 4K.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. So certainly 2K makes total sense in a smaller room, at a certain distance.
Well, I think the thing to remember at this point in time is resolution comes from the source. Okay? The projector is certainly you cannot get 4K resolution on a 2K projector. However, there's a chicken and egg scenario here too.
Right. Which we all know about the fact that there isn't very much 4K content that people can get in their homes at this point.
And 4K to resolve real 4K is a big deal.
Yes.
We can tell the difference between the individual lenses we now put on the projector, even the same throw ratio lens. We can tell difference of focus and resolution between the long throw and the short throw on the lens.
Right.
So there's a lot to know about 4K and really getting it right and resolving all you can.
The glass is very important in the whole process. That people often discount.
The lenses to resolve 4K are $20,000, and that's with a big imager.
Yeah.
And that's the minimum. And quite honestly, we've been talking to a couple of manufacturers about making custom lenses for us, because we're not an exhibit house, we're not a movie theater. They have budget restraints and different goals than we do, right? They want to make money off the popcorn. We want to give our customers the highest fidelity image possible.
Right.
So they don't care as much as we do about some of these issues. So we're looking at our own custom lenses made.
Wow. Okay, well, you're showing a 4K projector in your booth,
Yes.
But the other interesting thing that I saw in your booth was this whole idea of in-wall projection.
Right.
I mean, that's really interesting. I had never seen that before. I guess it's not brand new to you. You've done it for a year or so now?
It's a third year.
Third year of actually putting the projector in the wall between the studs.
Right. Yeah, so that
with a mirror that comes out, and then the light comes
Right.
out of a small hole.
The idea behind it's for a couple of reasons. Now that projection is moving out of the cinema, it's bright enough and sharp enough to look as good as a flat screen when the system's designed properly.
Yes.
The issue then becomes, do you put a soffit in the back of the room to shove a projector into it? And a lot of rooms, multi-purpose rooms, family rooms, great rooms, don't have a soffit, right? Where the projector needs to be, or where you want to put it, is in the middle of the room. So we're able to build it into a wall or into a coffer and get it even off to the far edge of the screen. The mirror that we use actually helps in creating greater offset and greater flexibility with very good geometry and focus. Top to
I was
bottom,
going to
left,
say,
right.
if the actual light is coming out and it's not centered on the screen, you have to do some geometric processing.
Right. We suspend the mirror in our own way, kind of like Shine and Fluke was, or if you ever did multi-image projection, it's parallax correction.
Okay.
So the mirror is really an important part of the optical system. It doesn't just change the direction of the light, it corrects for parallax and focus issues.
Okay.
Which is helpful. It's actually more flexible using the mirror than not using the mirror.
Oh, okay.
And we're able to build it in and have it disappear, which is
literally,
really great.
It literally disappears. How about the cooling? I would imagine things get pretty hot in the wall.
Right. That's a big portion of what we do, and where video projection in the home has had problems is with the cooling.
Yeah.
Because when you want a bright image, you create a lot of heat.
Yes.
And you need to get rid of that heat somehow.
Yes.
So every system that we have, in wall, in ceiling, or regular projector, has a cooling kit with it. And either it's 1 to 3 temperature probes we put in the projector, or maybe just a simple one in the exhaust. Some of the more sophisticated product we actually plug into our little smart fan controller through IP. So the computer talks to the fan, tells the fan exactly how fast to run based off, the heat load that's in the projector itself, and it keeps the projector running within plus or minus 3 degrees of its optimal temperature.
Wow.
This not only helps the projector be more robust and
last longer.
The lamps last longer too.
Yeah. Boy, replacing a lamp inside a wall, that can't be easy.
Well, it's the same. The way we explain it to the dealers, think of it as a vertical soffit. Right, CD has been putting projectors in soffits for a long time now,
yeah.
So it's just a different shaped soffit. Once the dealer thinks of that, they go, oh, okay, they get it. But also with the vertical, they go very well into bookcases too.
Excellent.
Bookcases, furniture,
right.
And we can
More
also
flexibility.
We can also take them and put them on a lift, so they porpoise in and out through the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
And you just have a little mirror show up, and then it disappears again if there's room above.
Fantastic. Thanks so much for coming and talking with us.
Thank you, Scott.